Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. I said, hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by the channel, much love to you and welcome into my soul family, my grown extended family. Thank you so much for the love and support that y'all been constantly giving me. It's truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the vibes of the video gives you a good uplift, or just something you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times and need confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give it a thumbs up, like, and also share the social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly, truly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Let me see. And the title of the video today is Twin Flame 101, Heyokas. When you are guided to pray over certain people in certain situations and things get crazy, trust your prayers are working. That is true. I used to tell this to my mom, God rest her soul, all the time. It's like, Mom, anytime you ask me to pray over certain people, certain situations, why does it seem like, things get worse? That's when you know it's working. Because a lot of times, when you're having that courage within yourself to really face the things that you're going through, and a lot of things that we faced, and we're holding ourselves accountable and being responsible for our own part of our suffering that has taken place in our lives. That takes a lot. That takes strength to be able to do that. And I'm not saying that even your enemies don't have that strength. They just choose not to. A lot of times it's okay to place blame on everybody to make themselves be going through that victim mentality to the point they become their own culprit. A lot of times everybody has strength. It's just some people choose to not do that. When it comes for you to be able to heal, you are really moving forward with yourself on being very encouraged in so many different ways. And sometimes we don't feel we're being stronger than the things that's coming into our lives. If you have been into a very toxic relationship or certain things like that, they will tell you, I'm the only one who's going to love you. You're not going to find anything better than me. You're not going to find anybody like me. And it's just like, shoot, truth be told, you don't want to. You don't want to find anything like them or anything that reminds you of that situation that you have gone away from and getting to the next one. And, these are the things that, it truly happens. I've seen, it's just like when you try to stay faithful to what God is placing you on, the devil will hit you in ways that he knows your weaknesses. You've been around a lot of, especially if you've been around a lot of toxic people in your life, they know your weaknesses. That's why when they know that you're trying to create better for your life, they will come at you with things they know there's your pet peeve about different things. They know what you don't like. They already know what is going to set you off, and they will play on it heavy, because they see when you're trying to get out of that loop of what is no longer needed in your life. When you see yourself trying to heal in ways that's going to get you away from certain people, they create more resistance in your life, where they'll start, oh, you ain't gonna get out of here, and there's a lot of times, especially when you're dealing with narcissists, if you already see what is not meant for you, what is just like too much for you, it's just like you trying to place people expectations they cannot reach, and a lot of times you gotta just let it be where it's gonna be. And I tell people that a lot of times you don't know, allow that person to become somebody else's headache while God's pushing you to project on being somebody else's blessing. And a lot of times people come into your life, whether it's a man or a woman, to make you a better person for that next person. So a lot of times you're going through these different things where you're trying to pray for a lot of peace to take place in your life. And a lot of times, it's just like when you're like telling God, please give me the strength to keep dealing with this. I don't know how much I'm going to keep going. And then next thing you put in a situation where it really drives on your, it really messes with your strength. It really messes on your focus. And this is where that comes from. When you are so focused, when you get aggressive with saying, what, this is the best thing for me. I got so many different blessings that comes in your life. And you ever been to that point where there's something good coming into your life, but you let pettiness of other people keep you concentrating on that instead of working on what's that? I've been there. I've been in there. I'm like, oh, this person, because I'm that type of person. I used to lay hands on folks that kept testing me. I would do time for something like that and be like, okay, I'm always had a last word. Okay, you're going to smack. I'm going to just go ahead and, be the Rock of Gibraltar on you. It'll be certain things like that. Now I'm just like, I'm not going to waste my energy or non-existent time. Just that space that I'm entertaining that stuff is way too much for me to have to do. And there'll be sometimes I congratulate myself on the little victories on certain things that's, trying to disrupt my peace that I'm no longer. I'm like, girl, that any other day that would have sit up here and pissed you off all the way to the rooter to the tutor, but you didn't even allow yourself to even be moved by that situation. That's a kudos to you. And you'll start noticing, especially when it comes to certain situations and certain enemies, they're pretty predictable. When you're trying to do certain things and people go out their way to try to disturb that, you have to be able to appreciate that, because those are the things that God is placing into your life. When he wants you to stay focused, what are you really going to know how much your strength is really driven by if you don't have anything that's going to distract you? And that's a lot of times, I had to really call myself out on that. If you don't have anything to really distract you or, really didn't, irritate you, what would you truly learn from that experience if you didn't have constant challenges in your life while you're trying to stay focused on what's relevant and just, being away, done with whatever and anybody who is irrelevant in your life? And it's not even trying to place judgment on that person, because it's just like there's times I don't say ugliness out of defining on certain people. And that was me, because they'll be like, dang, when you say something about somebody else, that's what you feel about yourself. And there'll be a lot of times like, shoot, I don't see myself as that, but the truth is the truth. I'm like, whatever, I'll just be that today. But now it's just like, what? You have to be able to place an understanding, because a lot of times people don't want to see you happy, because especially if you're dealing with a lot of people that are narcissistic, sociopaths, psychopaths, they don't like defeat in their life. You have to just understand that anything that is going to create something better into your life that they know they're not going to be a part of, you have to trust and believe they're going to do any and everything to make sure that don't come in fusion for you. But when you're allowing yourself to like, Lord, I'm going to keep praying and I'm going to keep praying, because he wants you to take it to him. And I had to learn on my own. There are certain things you got to heal from in silence. Not everybody needs to know what you're going through, because a lot of times you don't know how miserable somebody else's life is, and praying that nothing good comes out of that situation for you. Even when you deserve it, a lot of people gonna feel like that's more of what they deserve and less about you. But it's always about somebody like that. I've been to that connection where, I used to be around a lot of people. It doesn't matter if you come in with a smile on your face, that's already going to set them off, because what you being happy about. I went through hell all last night. I'm trying to put up a fake smile, and she coming up in here, like she tiptoeing through the tulips or something. It's just misery loves company like that. And even when you praying on them, it's working. Trust and believe that, because there's so many different signs like you're getting, like where it's telling you, stop being focused on things that you can't change. Change how you see it, change how you react to it. Make sure you are observing instead of absorbing. Allow yourself to either respond, not to react, and those are the things when you're allowing yourself to work on that every day. Trust and believe God's sending that towards them too. But for them to do that, they can't do the things that you choose to do, because that creates strength. When you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, I need to, I don't play the part on my life. Even though when somebody has done this to my life, you can say that all day. But is there a part on your life that you can claim, you know what, I did mess up? There's certain things that, I had to allow myself to hold accountability for. Even when other people are getting blessings, that means mine is somewhere throughout that way. And a lot of times we can get aggravated, where you're constantly seeing people get blessings. You're constantly seeing people that are getting certain things that you're working hard to get to. And this is God telling you, your time is coming. Don't get mad for the next person, but congratulate them like this is your blessing. Because when you sit up here and get mad about certain things that's coming in somebody else's life, you forfeiting your own. When you try to manipulate certain things to make sure something don't come in the future for somebody else, you forfeiting your own. A lot of times you may see the enemy sitting up here getting stuff, but you have to understand that's only temporary. Because if it's anything that you're not working from good intentions, this is not something that you manipulated to get, you weren't being deceptive to get, yeah, it's going to come in, but as soon as it come in, it's going to be coming straight back out. Because they were putting the wrong intentions out on different things like that. But just because, yours is taking a little bit longer, don't mean it's not going to come. It's always going to be when you least expect it. God will make that swift turn. He can do it at any time, any day, and those are the things to keep on telling you. Keep praying into your changes, your circumstances change. And I have to remind myself of that all the time. When I try to allow myself to be at peace, a lot of things, just because that when I'm trying to keep at peace, a lot of people in war with their own selves, so they bring that battle to you. A lot of times you got to be shield yourself. If you had to be, there's sometimes I had to be to myself because I felt that negative vibration coming out of me, because there was so many different things that was disturbing my peace. And I felt like, I'm pushing positivity out and this is what I get back. You have to understand the devil don't like that. He will try to make, because there are a lot of times they say whatever you get back, whatever you push out is what you get back. And it's really true. But a lot of times when the devil sees that you being very, you acting accordingly with what God got for you and stuff like that, he gonna disturb you at every single time he gets it. It'll be saying that because it's just like, there'll be a lot of times people will place that mask back on you they created for you. Or people will come up trying to, deal with you like they used to deal with you. I mean, I see that all the time. I've seen it with people that, I truly trusted, I respected in my life. And it's like, I ain't even mad at you no more, but I don't lost respect. And that's the worst thing when you get mad at somebody, because when you get mad at somebody, eventually that will be forgiven and eventually that will heal. And even when it's somebody I lost respect for, that don't mean that I didn't forgive you. It's just that the fact is I see you for what you truly are. And I appreciate that, because now I always know it wasn't always me, the reason why you were being that way. It was more about what you hated about me that ain't had nothing to do with me, or about certain things that I got that you didn't get where you were supposed to get it. And those are the things that truly just happen. It just truly happens. But a lot of times you don't understand that your blessings are being answered. And a lot of times I go through different things. It's just like, girl, do you realize you're in that one prayer that you already asked for while God is preparing you for the next? And you have to be able to understand that with yourself. You keep praying until those enemies get all the way out your life permanently. But don't reconnect with that certain type of energy that God done part you away from. And I had to learn that real quick too. And it's just like, never take back the blessings of the goodness that you have done for other people, because that shows you a lot about your character and a lot about theirs. Don't sit up here and try to allow yourself to show how somebody really truly is. Eventually, people get comfortable in what they do and end up telling on their own selves. I was like that, and I was like that. And it's just like, a lot of time people ask me, Roslynn, why you started doing your videos? And it's not about what started me from doing my videos. It's about the person I am created for now and where I'm trying to go, because it's like every day I'm healing from things that really just broke me in so many different ways. I'm facing a lot of different struggles that I never seen myself, getting over. I'm healing in ways that I never thought was able to heal from. I'm forgiving a lot of things that was very unforgivable in my life, and it's just like, when you want better into your life, you have to start speaking better. You have to start looking better. You have to start, visualizing things better. in your life. And it was just a lot of times I didn't realize that I was still projecting out hurt from what other people did, even though it was very jacked up for what I went through. But I have to understand God has a reason for everything happening the way it does. When you allow yourself to get that anger out of your heart, a lot of times you just don't realize it. I mean, I've placed forgiveness on people, and they indirectly brought other people in my life to make me not forgive them for what they did. And, just like God has a thing for everybody. Wherever he feels like, what he feels like, it's just going to be there. It's just going to happen. And a lot of times we have to be able to give those things to God. You have to be able to keep praying over things until it gets better. Being able to know they do get better. And a lot of times the reason why hell is breaking loose in your life, because it is getting better. The devil wants you to think that God is lying to you at each and every moment. It's just trying to make you feel like you were never getting out of that situation, that God has created growth for you. And a lot of times we don't understand the reason why certain things happen, because there were certain things that we lacked within ourselves that we had to come all straight into a balance. I start seeing the true parts of myself, and a lot of the true forms that I had, where I connected with a lot of people that I'm not vibing with. And it's not the fact is I look down at them or anything. My situation will make me humble, and it disturbed a lot of different people of what my situation was. But just being able to see how much, I vibed on that same thing. They were going through what I connected with that I can no longer associate myself with. And I was just like, it's not even seeing somebody like, I can't mess with you no more. But it's just like, I pray for whatever they're struggling with, even if they're still doing the same thing. I've had a lot of people that I would give my shirt off my back that it won't even take a blink of an eye for them trying to block me on certain things. And I never gave them that reason to do that. But just the character that they have, it was always there, and I couldn't see that. I used to say, Roslynn, why are you so naive? Why were you, you didn't see this coming a mile away. It's just the fact is, when you are an empath, you try to see the good out of even the devil. And sometimes you just got to be able to do that. It's just like you were trying to sit up here and see the good out of Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Candyman, and all those other different type of, villains out in the world. But that's all right. Even it's just like, even the most underdog of the underdog, you try to sit up here and project love out of things. But a lot of times you can't, there's times I used to get hurt because I'm like, why does this person does not love me? Why does this person not accept me? You have to understand, if somebody does not accept themselves for who they are, or they lack that love for who they are, you can expect somebody to give you something they don't even give themselves. And I had to be able to learn that through the hardest things that I've gone through in life. And it really shows me every day. I work on that on the daily, even the things that has hurt me to the core. I heal on that all the time. I had to allow myself to know, people are, things are making a change. Things are making a change in ways that I may not even be aware of. You see different synchronicities that comes through your life, even when you're struggling through the worst circumstances. 111. That means change is taking place in your life. 555 is taking change in your life. They say, even the worst things is bringing you towards your highest good. I used to give the side eye and want to flip God off so quick. I'm like, girl, he would break that daggone hand. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make yourself in a situation that's worse, because he'll forgive you for it, but you're going to learn some lessons from that anyway. And these are all the different synchronicities they're showing you. This is going to be for your highest good. Even when you get mad at God for saying that, like, I'm so tired of y'all telling me about this mess. Y'all asking me to light work for people. They'll straight up throw kind of sand on me for for light works. I'm helping for them. Even when you're struggling through your own obstacles, they tell you to still be placing, love and light towards somebody else's life. I see you always basically telling me to get over what I got going on, and then go help the next person when you ain't even helping me. That is helping you, because there's a lot of times that you're looking for clarity in certain things, and you helping that next person don't realize the answer is already coming from you when you helping somebody else, or you have somebody in your life they're dealing with the same issues you're dealing with. And a lot of times you don't realize you're still carrying that type of energy subconsciously, unsubconsciously. And then you meet somebody who's mirroring that to you, and then you're seeing what that vibration can carry with you and what it can stop you from doing if you keep holding on to that type of energy. And those are the things that they try to tell you, because there's times I done got mad with God. It's like, I done sit up here and helped a lot of people, and ain't nothing good came out my life. And it's like it has, but you missing out on blessings because you so busy paying attention to this mistake that happened on, that is making you grow. It's allowing you to see things in a clearer point when you have had these things happen. And a lot of time, history has to repeat itself to be able to give you that lesson that you needed to learn through the things that's taken place into your life. It allows you to appreciate those stumbling blocks that's been placed in your life because it allows you to know more about the character you carry and what you're trying to create within that, but being able to let you know certain things you can't talk about anymore. There's certain things that you have to find a better way of projecting out towards those things. Whatever you're placing judgment on somebody else, you're placing that judgment within yourself. If somebody wants to eventually keep doing things that's going against everything that you're going through, they want to make you, paint you out as a bad person. Trust and believe eventually everything, lies don't never outweigh the truth. Pretty soon, the light will come to what things is done behind closed doors in a sign of darkness. So allow yourself to keep praying. Even when it feels like hell is breaking loose because it's unveiling a lot of different things. The truth is coming out through the midst of your storms. Trust and believe the enemy has nothing on you that God can't change. They don't have no kind of control over what God is about to give you. When you allow yourself to stay persistent in what you deserve, don't allow yourself to entertain what the enemy is doing. Don't allow yourself to be, sociable or trying to be kind towards people that constantly want to misunderstand you. Or there are certain things that you have to dilute yourself or dumb yourself down for people to understand. Allow them to be pulled up to your peace and not being able to marinate in that chaos. Allow them to be on there by themselves. A lot of times you don't realize your enemy is the enemy of themselves. So allow them to keep doing that and just tell them, hey, I'm giving you the blessings that God think you deserve. And then keep doing you. Because everything that you're facing right now is going to give you a power of strength you never knew you needed, and you are so much closer to the blessings, more blessings than you ever expected was going to take place in your life just because you never gave up, just because God's seen how different things were manipulated in your life on the power of your name. All these things are taking place for a powerful reason that you never will imagine. And trust, this too shall pass. So I hope you were able to resonate with the power of the video. So the power of the video, obviously that was something for me to say. The word of the video, anything that you may have needed to hear in that, is confirmation. Just keep praying. Keep praying until your circumstances change, and trust and believe. If you going all out to make sure that change takes place in your life, God's going to still go all out for things that you've never seen coming towards your life. So I hope to be able to connect with you on my live chat that's going down in the next hour. Yeah, almost close to 2 hours. Not fully 2 hours, but almost close to 2 hours. That's about to take place. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below. If you want to get in contact with me, it's all about spiritual networking. If there are certain things you want to share with me that has taken place in your life and want my feedback on it, or there's certain things that may be taking place that you may not understand and you may need my assistance on it, I try my best to help out the way I can. Whatever we speak on is confidential. If I can't tell you from my experience and the insight that they want to share with me, I always try to make sure I find the information to give you a deeper understanding with that. Whatever you're trying to manifest into your life, I hope it comes bigger and better than you ever imagined, and it comes sooner than you ever expected it. And whatever whatever on the social media sites that you're doing, social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things is really taking you a long way. And whatever I'm sending, prayers, thoughts, and vibrations towards you, whatever you may be, really struggling with to try to heal from or try to part ways with. I send that vibe towards you to wherever is holding heavy on your heart and is occupying your mind, for you to be able to release and part ways to get towards things that you really truly deserve. And like and subscribe, drop that line. I would love to be able to connect with you in that spiritual way, and I hope to be able to connect with you on the live chat, spiritually and virtually. And I will see you you'll see me on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.